Good evening. It is great to have you here with us on your Saturday evening. I'm Joshua Robinson. To our top stories tonight, the Washington Department of Health has announced Ferry County is moving back to phase 2. This announcement came just yesterday afternoon after a super spreader event in Republic that has now reportedly infected close to 100 people with the coronavirus. Now, we spoke to a health official earlier this week about the recent uptick in cases throughout the town.
Well, up until now, we had in the whole county, I want to say we had 70 some cases, and we're way past double that now in the last couple weeks.
The Department of Health says on Twitter that this swift action is necessary to protect the community and get Ferry County back on the path towards economic recovery sooner. Meanwhile, in just a few days, we do expect another official announcement closer to home. On Tuesday, we will learn which counties will move back to phase 2 and which ones will stay in phase 3. And right now, there is a strong possibility that Spokane County will have to go back to phase 2. But Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward and other local leaders are urging Washington Governor Jay Inslee to keep the county in phase 3. Leaders from the Downtown Spokane Partnership released a statement last night saying, quote, "The stance of the mayor and regional health directors to delay reverting to phase 2 is both reasonable and safe, while also recognizing the absolute need for our employees to care for their families by returning to gainful employment." Now, a spokesperson from Inslee said Woodward made the request during a phone call with staff at the governor's office. A spokesperson responded to her request by saying, quote, "We appreciate her position and the tremendous work happening in Spokane to vaccinate individuals." I will keep you updated on any developments with that story here at KREM 2. And of course, most of the inland Northwest looking at some dry weather so far into the early part of the weekend. Nice weather sticking around, though. And tomorrow, that's the question, as meteorologist Michelle Boss joins us live. Michelle, what are we looking forward to as the weekend continues?
Things are looking pretty good for the second half of the weekend. We got a little bit of mountain shower activity today, but most areas did stay dry. So as we take a look at the forecast over the short term, in the evening, temperatures are dropping down into the 50s by 10 o'clock, but pretty mild for the evening. Still a little bit breezy out there. We'll see a little bit less wind tomorrow, so that'll be an improvement. As far as precipitation, taking a look at satellite and radar right now, you can see where we have had a little bit of shower activity. It's mostly been in the mountains of northeastern Washington and North Idaho, but even precipitation reports out there have only been a couple of hundredths of an inch, so not terribly wet anywhere. Temperature-wise, not a whole lot to complain about. Near 70 degrees from Othello up into Moses Lake and Grand Coulee, near 70 in Lewiston, mid-60s in Pullman and Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, so pretty nice there. A little bit cooler there at Moscow, about 60 degrees, and lower 60s out in Libby. Here's a look at the next 3 days. We're looking at partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Temperatures maybe a couple degrees cooler than what we saw today, 64 for the high, and then a dry day on Monday and Tuesday. A few more clouds out there, highs in the mid-60s.
Seeing a lot of windows there for runners to get out and officially enjoy that Bloomsday is here in Spokane. Of course, the iconic event faced plenty of challenges during the era of a pandemic. But as our Morgan Trout tells us, nothing is stronger than the bond that perennials share with this race. As she tells us more about a group of runners that have participated in every Bloomsday so far, telling us what it was like today.
Honestly, you could not tell that anybody was over the age of 25. That's how much spirit there was in the air today. And Bloomsday is more than just a marathon. And you can really see that with this dynamic duo that I met.
I think we made a pretty good team together.
Dick Howland and Maury Ray's friendship has stood the test of time.
Oh, we've been friends for years.
Nearly 50 years to be exact.
Well, it's special. And it's special, and it's very close to family type relationship, and I think it kind of shows what you can develop.
The duo are just two of Spokane's perennials, community members who have completed every single Bloomsday run. That's 45 years. And in those 45 years, they've also become more than just runners in a race.
I helped design the course, pick out the location, and that's where it all began.
When creator Don Cardone got back from running the marathon in the 1976 Olympics, he enlisted the help of the pair to start organizing a local marathon. Almost a semi-centennial after the first official run, about 50 perennials met near Riverfront Park to celebrate each of their 45th event.
You feel the pressure like now you have to do it because the number that's done them all has been shrinking, of course. But we still got a great group of people here that are perennials that have done it all. I think we're around 80 or 90.
Organizers believe 85-year-old Dick is the oldest perennial here, now in a wheelchair, but he and Maury say that doesn't mean anything since the organizers make this event inclusive.
They've just done a great job of bringing us together and making us all feel good about running or walking or going in a wheelchair, but I'm going to do it type of attitude.
After all these years, Bloomsday has done more than just provide a fun athletic tradition.
It kind of shows exactly what you can do in building friendships and building relationships, which that to me is what life's all about.
Well, it's been a great ride. I've had all these wonderful people like Maury.
Even in the midst of the pandemic, masks and all, old friends still get this run together like it's their first time they're doing it.
I'm not going to miss a day, so I'm not holding up somewhere. I'm going for it. I'll go by the rules, but I'm going to go and keep enjoying life.
Nearly 50 years of friendship and nearly 50 years of this marathon. Dick told me a really good piece of advice that I think we should all strive for, and that is to never lose faith and also never stop doing what you love. And what he loves is running in Bloomsday with his best friend, Maury. Reporting at Riverfront Park, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
And of course, along with the celebration of some of these older storied traditions, new traditions are formed every year at Bloomsday as well. This year, a local youth center can vouch for just how important this race is to the community as they received a large donation today. Our Brandon T. Jones has that story.
So how many Bloomsdays have you done in total?
Walking the traditional Bloomsday course is an accomplishment. Walking it 6 times in one day is historic, and that's exactly what Mike Ellis and a few of his close friends and family members did today.
That's how passionate I am about helping out these kids.
Not only did they get in a large amount of steps, but it was all dedicated towards a greater cause, raising money for the Northeast Youth Center in Spokane.
She drove out the valley to pick up his $100 donation.
Wow, that's really cool.
Bloomsday is a staple in the Ellis family. Back in the day, Mike used to play the Rocky Balboa theme song for participants. Fast forward to now, and his brother Brian is pretty much a professional when it comes to a long track like this.
We love doing Bloomsday. We've been doing it for several years, but doing it with virtually is not as much fun. We miss the bands, we miss all the fun stuff and lots of people, but the best advice I can give anybody that's thinking maybe they can't is to just start slow.
The group raised more than $10,000 today with their Bloomsday venture. Mike posted on social media what they wanted to do, and the donations quickly poured in. That's money that'll send kids living in Spokane to summer camp this year.
I see these kids all the time, and I see what a difference Northeast Youth Center has made in their lives.
45 miles is no easy task, and it took almost a full day to complete it all. When I asked Mike if he would do it again next year, he told me absolutely.
All right, take care, everyone. See you later, Brandon. Thank you.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
And while we are celebrating the Bloomsday spirit, here's some shared with us today by Haley. She tells us that her parents decorate their arch in their yard every month, and of course this month is Bloomsday themed. And with Bloomsday underway, we want to hear and see more from you. Text us your favorite race memories, whether it's a story, a picture, a video. Send it all to 509-448-2000. You might just see it shared here on KREM 2. Still ahead on KREM 2 News, Southwest Airlines is announcing new flights to cities across the country. We'll tell you what destinations you'll soon be able to reach from Spokane after the break.